I shave my pubes today. Pubes today. Pubes today. I shaved them all off and now in the toilet now.
Send help.
All those pubes are in the toilet now.
Send help.
Welcome to the Beacon House Podcast, recorded live in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Man, I tell you what, after that Thanksgiving meal, I felt exactly like the leader of the Democratic Party. Just so sleepy. I wanted to sniff so much hair.
Oh, jeez.
Corn pop. Bad dude.
Bad dude.
Bunch of bad boys.
Do you think anybody ate corn pops on Thanksgiving?
Joe Biden?
That's probably true.
Yeah.
What's a corn pop?
Corn pop is a dude. He ran with a bunch of bad boys.
He was a bad dude.
Oh, he's a bad dude. He ran with a bunch of bad boys.
According to the new president-elect, he was a bad dude.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is that over yet?
I stopped paying attention after the first week.
Because apparently Pennsylvania has now thrown out every...
Pennsylvania threw out their court cases. I don't know. Who cares? I don't care. Like I'm
care.
so just like I quit caring 3 days after the election.
Yeah.
I was like, well, whatever. But
Yeah.
at any rate,
I quit caring many years ago.
Yeah. Who knows?
After I watched a documentary called
Galaxy
Loose
far,
Change.
far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the documentary? Loose Change.
Loose Change is just basically about like the government's involvement in 9/11 attack.
Yeah, both sides. I remember I saw an interview with Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine, the guitarist, who's also like a Harvard grad, like super smart guy and like political activist kind of guy. And he was talking about they were trying to kind of get him to weigh in on the election, like which side do you favor? Because he's always been Rage Against the Machine has always been politically driven, And he goes, man, look, I used to work for a political office when I was in college. And he goes, I kind of got to just see how the sausage is made, so to speak. And he goes, really, man, no matter which side you're on, like, unless you're one of the rare, like we know, like I think I'm pointing at one of our guests that we will reveal in a moment. But like we felt about Tulsi, like unless you're one of the rare people like that actually care about doing the right thing, most of the time you're just calling rich people asking them for money, no matter which side you're on. That's pretty much it to push your particular platform.
So would you say they're all packing the meat?
Well, I think now's a good time to introduce.
I think a lot of them don't like Pride Month, though. Those old white people.
Oh, Zing. I don't know. Oh my gosh, that's a lot to unpack. He sort of made a gay joke, but he also made an old people joke. But
I didn't make a gay joke.
You said Pride Month was packing the meat.
I thought that's the joke she was making.
Were you making a pride joke about packing the meat?
No, I was just wondering if they're all, we're talking about how the sausage gets made, and they're all packing meat at some point.
I mean, most politicians probably are gay secretively. Yeah. Especially Mike Pence.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the Beacon House Podcast, everybody.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Post-Thanksgiving, blah, 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 post-election, post-Thanksgiving, almost post-2020. Hey, so you may notice that someone is missing today. Well, maybe he's not missing. Let's see if he's around here anywhere.
Hunter,
you out there anywhere, buddy?
You even said the code word.
Godzilla. Tarzan.
No, he's
here,
not
boy.
He's not around anywhere. So we've Hunter is not with us today, folks.
Which I'm pretty sure the last time he wasn't here, we had these two people on.
Yeah, we've summoned not just one but two people to fill in. Casey, tell the audience who we've got.
It's Savannah and Frying Pan.
Savannah
you
and
always
Pan.
say that so matter-of-factly.
What up?
Because I'm pretty sure people know by now.
We're like a combined entity.
We are.
It's
Savannah
dim
and
white
Frying
bitches.
Package deal.
It's dim white bitches. You right.
Damn.
You right.
You right.
It's the Ugg boot duo.
You right, Danny.
Hey, I have not worn Ugg boots
Combat
since the
boot
7th
duo.
grade. I do not need eyewear Converse, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
in the
Combat
winter?
boots, you prick.
It's the brunch bitch duo. I don't
Dude,
know.
Yeah.
let's
Brunch
talk.
bitch. I'm
brunch
cool with
bitch.
that.
Bitch.
I'm cool with that.
We may have to edit this out because nobody can see it, but let's talk about this tattoo here.
Oh, yeah. We got a
Whoa.
It looks so good.
We got a whole house.
Frying Pan
going.
got a half sleeve and it is raging. Can you explain a little bit?
It's raging against.
Yeah.
the
Let me describe
Yes.
what's on here. And then, so she's got flowers. You've got a floral thing with some script going on. Are you going to get this
paw.
colored in?
No.
Okay,
You
so
are probably the 20th person to ask me that.
but I'm the coolest one. That's clearly not true.
Debatable.
Yeah, because
But
I
very-
asked her that.
Not even debatable. It's totally false. But so it looks like flowers and outline, and then on the other side there's a paw print.
We've got a couple
And
of those
then
going on.
there's some script here, and then there's most notably the head of a bear with some Roman numerals under it.
Yes.
Tell us about this.
So this was a tribute piece, mostly aside from the script writing. The script writing is a part of. I have 2 wrist tattoos.
Right.
My left wrist says "Do good." My right wrist says "Be happy," which is exactly what
I think
you would think it means.
if you were trying to do song lyrics, it's "Don't worry, be happy." Like Bobby McFerrin is on his way down here to talk about those tattoos.
Sorry about that. No, so the bear piece was actually what I got first, and then the Roman numerals say 10/15/2017.
Yes.
It's to commemorate my boyfriend's passing, and so it was kind of a tribute to him. And then the flowers I added on, it's his birth flowers. So these
Are they narcissus?
daffodil looking. Yes, they're narcissus, but they look sort of like,
They're narcissistic.
they're yes.
Well,
Depending on who you ask.
Yes. So they're narcissus flowers. They've got, which is what daffodils are part of the family of. Okay. And then these little budding flowers up on the top, it would be your right, are larkspur flowers. And the larkspur was to commemorate levity and, just the general, uncertainty of life and how he didn't really take it seriously. And, it's kind of, and then we have little forget-me-nots for obvious reasons. And then the paw prints are to commemorate our little child that we have together, which is Tom.
That's awesome.
So, yes, thank you.
That
I'm very happy with it.
It looks
That's sweet.
fantastic, and kudos to you for having like a lot of meaning. And
Thank you.
That's very, very, very cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, it makes me feel really. Actually, no. My tattoo has a lot of meaning too. I guess it's just a lot smaller than that.
Did you get it yet?
I have not.
You're not
gonna
getting
get
it
it.
yet.
I'm getting it before 2021. I can't wait.
This was a painful session. I'm not gonna lie. And so, like the 3.5
yeah.
hours that I was sitting there, I was like, I don't know if I can do this again. And then as soon as it was over, I was like, all right, when's my next half
when's
sleeve
the
coming
next
up?
one? That's always how it is.
How long did
I feel
that take?
That's always how it is.
3.5 hours. Yep.
3.5 hours. If on a scale of 1 to oh fuck, what would you rate it in pain?
Well, so the line work was fine. Okay, so
always the
she's-
shading that's worse.
right. So because she started here, right, and then she moved here, and then she went back to shade, right. So it was like it was already tender, and the shading's not even like it doesn't even break too much skin, right. So like you can tell here, it's really light. But as soon as she was going over it, when it was already tender, I was like, oh my sweet Lord, this is so painful. Yeah. Didn't cry though.
Really?
Yeah, no. Oh, no. No.
Are you a pain crier?
No.
You're like a sad movie crier?
The only time I'm a crier. I'm not my pain tolerance is pretty high.
What movie just wrecks you? Let's all talk about movies that
La
wreck
La
us.
Land.
Oh, La La. You've got a
The-
huge poster of that.
The ending, yes. Actually, a dear friend of mine gave that to me. He worked in movie theater. Shout out Jeff Francis.
Shout out, Jeff.
I have not talked to him in forever, but he gave that to me. He used to be a regular when I worked at Chipotle, and we would trade off, movie tickets, and I'd trade off free meals for him, and it'd be great. And we discussed La La Land a lot, and he gave me this poster. He's like,
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
know you love La La Land, so I'm gonna give. And
It's big and it's like framed
Mm-hmm.
and everything. Yeah, I didn't realize that. And that's the movie that makes you cry the most.
the ending of that makes me just lose my mind. Yeah, and then I have to spend
Do
probably
you get
the next.
sad in your apartment looking at it?
Yes. No, not the poster. No. Now I do have.
That would suck. Every time you walk in your living room, you're like, I don't know.
I do have City of Stars on my melancholy playlist, which has been playing a lot lately. And so I cried to that probably last night, which is great.
Awesome. Now you guys go. Talk about movies that...
Go ahead.
Savannah, what movie makes you leak
Sob.
from the eye holes?
I know the first movie I ever cried to was Bridge to Terabithia.
Yes, that was gonna be my thing. Is Bridge to Terabithia?
Don't steal her.
I'm sorry.
You had a chance and you didn't
I
fucking
know.
say that.
Well, okay. As a child, that was the first movie
Yeah.
that made me really
Yes.
like.
That was the first movie I was like, wait, somebody died? Hold on.
You dive into your feelings a little bit. You're
I feel
kind
like
of
for
like, wow.
a lot of people in my generation, it was Bambi. I think
Bambi.
and then the generation before me, it was like Old Yeller. Like
Never seen Old
the
Yeller.
dog dies or something, and
Yeah.
it's just people can't handle it. Anyway, Casey, what do you got?
Yeah, what was World War I like?
Sucked. There was a lot of mud.
You are taking Hunter's place. Like you put on those headphones and just have to go after the age.
She's already way more lucid, and her jokes are landing way better than Hunter's. Sorry, honey, I love you. I'm in a band with you, so I can say what I want. You're smart when you sing pretty.
Probably Remember Me.
Remember Me.
Ooh, yeah.
Not familiar.
Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson, Pierce Brosnan. I can describe the ending, but if you guys are going to go see it, it's
I've
going to
not
ruin
seen
it.
it.
I've not seen it. Should we have sad movie night?
I don't
Bring
know
a
if I want
box
to
of
watch that
tissues
movie again.
and some ice cream or whatever you eat. Yeah.
Now,
Sad?
if I were to tell you what happens that makes me so sad about that, would you be mad?
Yes.
Okay, so then I won't.
Wait. So, but it's Remember Me.
Remember Me.
I've never
with
seen it. So
Robert
yes, I
Pattinson.
would like to.
I guess we can't talk about it if we haven't all
like
seen
a
it.
plot twist ending that you're like, wait.
Yeah,
And then it's just really
they literally
sad.
it's something that happens throughout the whole movie, and when you go back and watch it for the second time, you're like, holy shit, like it's right in front of you the whole time. And at the end there's this twist, and it rips your fucking heart out.
See, that's how I felt about.
Especially if you like have a good relationship with your dad, kind of thing.
Oh fuck. Okay. Weird. Okay. How recent was that?
2011?
2011,
About 10 years,
2020.
10 years
Yeah.
ago.
So it's interesting that you bring that up because when I used to live with my dad, he showed me a movie one time. He's like, "You are gonna love this movie." It was like, you know, he had cable, so we watched all the movies that whatever. And he was like, so anybody seen the movie City of Angels?
Wait, remind me.
Was that with Nicolas Cage?
Yes, Nicolas
Oh,
Cage,
yes,
Meg
I
Ryan.
have seen
yes.
it. Yep.
So he's like, "You are gonna love this movie. It's gonna be great, whatever." So watch it together, and you know, we're having a great time. It's a great movie, and then the ending comes up, and I'm like,
Yeah.
and if you've seen City of Angels, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna get into it, but you know, she goes out to get pears, and then
Yeah.
it happens, and you're like, I'm sorry, I just went through that whole movie with my hopes super high, and then all of my dreams have been buried in the backyard with, you know, Fido. And it's like, why?
Why?
What has just happened? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, I will never, ever, ever watch that movie ever again.
Another one that is an absolute just gut punch is The Boy in the Striped Pajamas.
Yes,
Oh my
dude.
gosh.
You
That
guys are
movie.
all
I was not prepared
haven't
for
seen
that.
it.
That one
haven't seen it.
I feel like I can tell
It's
the ending and it won't be.
It's about a boy who
In World War II.
his father's like part of the Nazi party and he lives next to a concentration camp. And he goes and like sits outside the fence every day and like makes friends with this boy.
In
the striped pajamas.
Yeah.
And
I
at
gotta
the
see
very,
that. Oh, that's
at
that's
the
good
very
must-see.
end, like there's like this threat that the U.S. military is closing in on this camp, and so they have to get rid of a bunch of the prisoners, and you know how they did. The Nazi Party did that, and so of course that's going on in the background, and you're just focused on this friendship of these two boys, and the boy's like, "Hey, I brought a shovel. You know, now we can hang out and like actually meet without this fence being in the way." And so like he breaks the fence and sneaks in to the concentration camp with the Jewish boy, and then gets riled up or something. Like he
Yeah.
basically gets caught in a group of people, and both kids get pushed into a gas chamber. And the dad's then like, "Where's my son?" And then they find the hole in the fence, and then the dad goes to like a pit where they're throwing Jewish bodies in this hole, and his son's right there.
Yep.
Jesus.
Yep. It's a heartbreaker.
That's yeah.
Breaks all the heartstrings.
Damn
in
it.
one swing.
The one that we may have talked about this. One that just wrecks me is the movie Big Fish.
Oh, dude, I haven't
that
seen
one.
that in a minute.
It kills me, and it has a
been a
lot to
long
do.
time.
That also has to do with like a guy's relationship with his father. You know, just men have different relationships with their fathers than they do
Yeah.
with their moms. It's not that they're bad; they're just less personal sometimes. and it's got Jessica Lange in it, and it's just and Ewan McGregor is phenomenal in it. And it's
He's phenomenal in anything he's in, I feel.
yeah, dude, he's really good. Big Fish always, especially the ending of Big Fish. I can't watch it with other people. It's bad.
Yeah.
And what was another one that really got me? Prince of Tides. That's an older one with Nick Nolte and Barbara Streisand.
Never seen it.
Jesus, it's such a good love story. Like it was written by a really Pat Conroy, who's like a famous Southern author who he lived in South Carolina. He lived on the tidal plains, and he wrote a lot of stuff that was just about like, you know, the shrimping business and like just growing up in the South near the beach and stuff like that. And so he wrote Prince of Tides, and it's just an insanely good story, and not all like glitzy and like it's got some dark moments in it too. Real big. It's got a lot of dimensions like Forrest Gump or something.
I
but-
was going to say Forrest Gump is another one that gets me too.
Yes, so that's another. I've recommended that to people. People usually don't hear about that one a lot. People don't ever hear about that
Prince of
story.
So there's an Ian McGregor movie that I'm interested to know if y'all have seen it. Have you seen Ghost Writer?
No,
No.
not. Is it good?
It's very good, and it's almost impossible to find.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah. Not like the Nicolas Cage one, ghost writer. He's like a ghost writer for, I don't remember exactly what all the plot is, but it's like he writes government documents and stuff, and he like finds out about a mole, and he's like trying to figure it out as he's like putting these documents together. It's really good.
I think I did hear about this. So there's another movie coming out.
That has Pierce Brosnan in it as well.
Damn, Pierce Brosnan's in a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's another movie coming out that I really would like to see, and it's with Jason Segel, and he's playing like a serious, dramatic character, which I would be very interested to see because, he plays all these, hilarious characters. He doesn't really play anything dramatic or serious, and it's called The Discovery. And basically, it's after 2 years after the afterlife has scientifically proven, a man attempts to help a young woman break away from her dark past. And
that's already out. It was a Netflix.
Oh, was it? I haven't seen it yet.
Dude, have you got...
it is 2017.
Has everybody here seen The Queen's...
The Queen's Gambit? Yes, I just finished it.
We need to watch it.
It's so good.
I've heard...
It's amazing. It's amazing.
It is phenomenal.
Like, you'll be like, and then you like get 3 episodes in, and you'll be like, can't stop.
Yeah. So good.
Clear your evening.
Yeah.
Clear your evening. It's that
well,
good.
I love chess, so I'm like, I want to watch it for that too.
You're screwed.
I don't know how to play chess.
Well, dude, I barely know how to play chess, but like that's not even the thing. But if you are a chess fanatic or a fan of chess, like you just said, you will probably watch it and then start Googling and YouTubing stories about the making of it, and you'll find out that all the matches really were real matches. They weren't set to chance, like they had a designated outcome, but the actors really had to perform all the moves and hit the clock.
They did it correctly.
They did it correctly, and it had a lot of really famous moves, like a move called the Queen's Gambit, but there's other moves where you win with a pawn and just all kinds of shit like that that kind of went over my head. But you'll get it and you'll be like, whoa! And the girl just does an insane. I can't imagine. I didn't see every movie this year, and I probably already said this on the podcast.
She's the same one she's in Split.
She was in The Witch.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
But it's got to be the Oscar-winning performance of the
Really?
year. It's got to be.
Yes.
I've heard it's great.
So,
Would you agree to that, Frank?
Yes,
Pan?
absolutely.
I haven't seen a performance that even comes close.
Well, so I wanted to ask, do we know Harry Beltic?
What about Harry Beltic?
You remember him? From
I remember
the
the character. Yeah.
So he's in the Harry Potter series.
Yes, he's from Harry Potter.
Dude. So before I watched this, I read an interview with him, and he basically was talking about how he was unrecognizable. People didn't recognize him because he didn't have all this weight, and he didn't have all that weight in the beginning. He had to wear fat suits for Harry Potter. But he was
the guy that played Hagrid.
No, he was the guy who played Dudley, his nephew or his cousin, Harry's cousin. Mm-hmm. Oh, so it was interesting because. He was talking about how nobody recognized him but they were like, this guy looks familiar. We can't figure out what he's from or what he's in. And he was like, I'm glad people don't recognize me from Harry Potter because now I can start doing other stuff. And it was pretty cool.
Where's a picture of him?
And
he's really
very weird looking.
He's very strange looking, but he's a phenomenal actor.
Well, this movie does a lot of things where they shoot the actors like really close up. Casey, I think you would appreciate it just for the cinematography.
Yes.
They shoot the people real up close and very just like nothing hidden. Like there's a lot of scenes where he's trying to find her and he's looking through a peephole in a door and it just shows his face with like a fisheye lens and his eyes are so bizarre. And then she oftentimes it'll just because it's a chess match and there's no talking. So, but they have to create tension and they do it beautifully.
They do a great job.
They do it by just zooming in on the character. And the actress was talking about how that in order to really get people to believe those scenes where you don't talk, you have to be thinking what your character would be thinking. So she said she would literally put herself in the position and try to think the thoughts of the character, try to actually live through that moment as the character so that it would be believable. Which, I mean, all that, again, I'm an idiot and all that shit goes over my head. But when I saw it, I was just like, fuck, this is really striking.
Well, I remember you telling me about a show, Homecoming, which I haven't finished the first season yet.
It's a lot of fun.
But
have you seen that? I think you would. It's on Prime.
It's really
now
good.
It'd be a good time.
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it. I'm actually starting Ratchet.
Ratchet with
Sarah Paulson.
Sarah Paulson. I like her a lot.
Yes.
But Spencer told me, he's like, yeah, the cinematography and stuff is really cool in Homecoming. And I think the first 2 episodes, I sent you like 3 paragraphs of like
what they were doing,
like the cinematography and like the color scheme, and that why like in this shot, like I felt like there were 2 different time frames because this shot like it was doing this, and then this shot it seemed a little different, and going back and forth. And Spencer was like, I just like the show, man.
I just knew that. I'm sorry, I was thinking of a different thing. Homecoming is the one with all the crazy cinematography. Yes, I was thinking of upload.
I saw that. Listen, I started it. Didn't love it.
You didn't think it was cute?
No, it was a little cheesy for me.
It's super cheesy, but it's so funny.
Yeah.
No.
I can deal with like a little bit of cheese, but
She's dairy intolerant, so not a lot.
that's true.
It's true. But no, Homecoming's with Julia Roberts, and like the military, like veterans go to this like facility.
Yes.
But then also Aries. Aries had a big color
Yes.
scheme. I really love, I love cinematography, but I really love what people do with sets to tell a story.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they will change sets in such a way that will tell you that something's happening, and you don't pick it up until the first or second time. And so I look for those all the time.
Oh, Homecoming was exhilarating. Now I remember it was very, very, very good. Also, started watching a thing today. I didn't have much time, but I wanted to like get something to eat before I came down here, and I was just like, I like to watch things while I eat, or I eat way too fast. And so I was like seriously, I'll eat standing up if I don't have something to like distract me. And I started watching this new thing on Netflix called Hillbilly Elegy.
I heard that's phenomenal.
I only got like 20 minutes into it.
What is it about?
So it's kind of like about this kid that has like this Appalachian upbringing, like super poor, but it looks like places around here. And I'm wondering like how people in other parts of the country perceive it, because it really looks like if you drive, like when you guys drove up to Max Patch, some of the places you go through, it looks like that. It looks like East Tennessee, but it's like a super poor back. Like I think it's in North Carolina, and he has this like upbringing with these people that are kind of like backwoods, but they're nice, And it's just like so many of my actual relatives and stuff that were when I was a kid. And then he like grows up and he I guess he goes to like law school at Yale. And he's in Ohio, and like he's trying to get into like a law firm and do all this stuff. He's got a girlfriend, and she's going to a city, and he's trying to get a law firm in the same city, and blah blah blah. And then he gets a call, and something's wrong with his mom, or his mom like OD'd or something crazy, and he's like about to go back to his roots. And it's a Ron Howard film, and man, it's so far. I can't wait to get off work tonight to go back and pick back up where I left off. It's called Hillbilly Elegy, and I already saw some people talking about it on Facebook, and I was like, meh. But then I dipped my toe in it today, and I was like, "Ooh, it looks like it's going to be pretty."
So
it's a movie.
the other one I started is The Morning Show on Apple TV.
Oh,
I have a free subscription with it. I watched the first episode last night, dude.
Casey says it's
wild.
fantastic. Didn't you watch
What is it?
The Morning Show.
No, I didn't watch the morning show.
I thought you were.
It's wild.
watched-
The first episode has you like reeling.
For All Mankind on Apple TV
Yes.
is without a doubt my favorite show space wise, because it's basically, it takes the story of the first moon landing and gives it the space race win to the Russians, and how the US military and space, like NASA, took that loss and sent us further into advanced space travel and science, and how different our life would be if we didn't win the space race and instead doubled down.
Interesting.
And
So
they're
I
talking
actually
about
was
building
just
like a
thinking of a
moon
different
base,
show.
and like they find water on the moon, and it's like this whole big thing. The women astronauts become a thing earlier on. Also, Servant, which is getting a second season. I've been
Really?
meaning to tell you that. Servant, M. Night Shyamalan's TV show about the fake baby. Insane.
When you preface it like
Insane.
that, it's about a fake baby. It's not.
Well,
I
no,
love
kind
shows
of.
about fake babies.
well, listen. So it's like about this.
I call them fabies.
In the first episode, you
Babies.
find out that something happened to this family's child early,
Yeah.
like as an infant, something happened to it. And so the husband got the wife this fake doll, real looking doll baby, to help her cope. And they hire a nanny. And at the end of the first episode, the baby monitor starts crying. And he's like standing outside the bedroom door, and there's a baby in the room crying. And he's starting to think he's losing his mind. That's where the first episode cuts. And I'm not going to tell you anything after that, because it's such a weird and great
It's
show.
so weird.
Damn.
And at the end, you're kind of like, wait. Like, I remember as it was playing the credits, I was like, wait, there's not another episode? Like, it literally was just like,
It just went.
hold on.
What?
Dude, I was
really
blown away. The episode of The Mandalorian this week has a
Have not
total
seen it.
I haven't
tombstone.
seen any of it.
I haven't seen the second
need
season
to.
at all.
Did you see it?
I saw the first episode of the second season, and I lost my freaking mind.
Have you seen the recent one that's got
I haven't seen
Tombstone?
anything after the first episode.
So all this stuff happens, and I'm not one of these people that like knows all about the Clone Wars and blah blah blah. But I know they're introducing characters that are just got everybody going crazy. They're like, why do you guys even make movies? Why don't you just do this? Like the
Yeah.
show is making the
Yeah,
movies.
Casey's brother was really freaking out on Thanksgiving
So it's
about
making
all the characters that are in it.
Yeah, and like the Jedi's from the past, and they told Baby Yoda's name. I'm not going to reveal it, but they tell what his actual name is, because they meet this Jedi, and she can communicate like telepathically with him.
I just got goosebumps.
And it's she's played by Rosario Dawson, and it's
cool.
But to me, the biggest Easter egg, like I'm such a crazy Tombstone fan. There's a famous scene in Tombstone. Have all you guys seen Tombstone?
Yes.
Okay. There's a famous scene where they go up to the Oak Grove, and Johnny Ringo's about to have the shootout with Wyatt Earp, but instead Doc Holliday shows up and beats him because he's the only guy nearly as fast as Ringo. There's an absolute scene in the new Mandalorian. I'm not going to spoil what happens, but it's the actual guy that played Johnny Ringo in Tombstone.
Oh, yeah?
He's a character in the new episode, and he kind of plays like a hired gun sort of a guy.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he and the Mandalorian have a little...
All I know is
they literally reenact that scene from the Oak Grove with Doc Holliday.
the cameo in the end of the first episode, the dude in the black cloak.
Boba Fett. Isn't it supposed to be Boba Fett?
Well, I wasn't going to spoil it.
I think
Wow,
I think everybody knows
spoiler?
that. I think everybody
I
kind of
haven't
knows
seen
that.
it, so
But
If you
Either.
YouTube, but he hasn't shown back up.
Yeah, but I'm interested in seeing if he's going to be good or bad.
Yeah.
But the actor played Django in the Clone War, like the movie Clone War.
Well, so
The
and
second one.
they've revealed the presence of a new big bad in the new one. So does everybody know about Ahsoka Tano?
Yes.
Like so she finally shows up and she's like
Love her.
So she's the big deal. He meets her and they almost kill each other and then he goes wait and then she looks and sees Baby Yoda sitting on a rock and he's like we have to talk. She's like I hope it's about that. And so you start to maybe find out maybe where he came from. And she goes, his name is blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to tell it on here. But
All right,
And the guy's like,
hold up.
he calls him kid. He goes, hey, kid. And she goes, his name is blah, blah, blah. So anyway, and they go on through this whole thing. But then he has a big fight with this lady. And the lady's Bruce Lee's goddaughter. Like
What?
the actress that plays the person she fights is Bruce Lee's goddaughter. And at some point she goes, tell me where so-and-so is. And it's the blue guy that was like the Imperial guy from the Clone Wars. It's like a super, super big bad. I don't know
The
his
bounty
name.
hunter?
I don't know.
Wait, the blue guy from the Clone Wars?
I want to say he was like an Imperial, like way up, and he's blue.
I'm
And
rewatching the Clone Wars.
Now they're talking
so-
about he's going to be in it. So now you've got Moff Gideon and this guy. And our buddy Jordan Shipley, shout out, thinks that he's an even bigger deal than Moff Gideon. So they've got a lot of shit.
And then
and then at the end,
And now Baby Yoda's thrown up all the
curtain
time.
is pulled back and revealed, and Jar Jar Binks walks out.
Oh my god!
And he is
My favorite
behind
episode so far
everything.
is the fourth episode. Not this most recent one, even though it had the big tombstone and all the reveals. The one before that had prime Baby Yoda. Like he steals these cookies from this kid, and then he gets in the ship, and it flies
You're
crazy.
just here for the adorableness, aren't you?
Bro, he like throws up in the ship, and like the guy's fighting off Imperial TIE fighters, but he's wiping his mouth with the cape. You
You're
know,
a big softie.
totally.
Look at you.
Look at I've got Baby Yoda poster
I
over there.
know.
He's even a fan of Burn the City. He wears one of our masks. So.
now, let me ask you, what was the whole egg thing? I did not catch any of that, but people were mad that Baby Yoda ate
Episode
eggs.
2 or 3. This one's turning out a lot. The only thing that people are being critical of this season, The Mandalorian, is it's one of these where like every episode they go to a new planet and have a new adventure, and then another
Yeah,
planet.
because it's a kid show.
Yeah, well,
At the heart of it, this is a children's show.
yeah. So one of the stops they make,
it.
his ship gets really really fucked up in this one, like bad
Is it?
fucked up. But he goes to this planet and he's supposed to be taking this creature that has. She's sort of like an amphibian, and she's got a big glass case of her own eggs that haven't been fertilized yet. And she's going to her homeworld to meet her husband, so she's trying to protect her eggs. And so they've got him in the ship, and he has to take her as part of a deal to find the Jedi. You know, it's like he doesn't really want to give her a ride. And it's blah blah blah. But he has the shit life. This guy, nothing good happens to him. He just does shit for other people. But he's got her in the ship, and like at some point, like the eggs are down in the hull, and Baby Yoda finds them, cracks it open, starts eating them. Just like you would deviled eggs, but they're not fertilized eggs.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But they're her children.
They're not yet.
They're
They're
will.
unfertilized
But
eggs.
they
Yeah.
could be her children.
Just like the eggs we eat at the store.
Yeah.
Yeah, but apparently people lost it and were like talking about boycotting the show. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not.
But
Baby
the,
Yoda.
the fun thing about it was that everybody goes, that's how I'm going to eat deviled eggs on Thanksgiving. And I was like, here, yay, yay. But anyway, this season of Mandalorian, you can tell they're taking the money they made from the first
Yeah.
season
Yeah.
and putting it to good use. Like
Yeah. That's
every
good.
every
Love to see
episode
that.
is a slam dunk so far. Just big. And if you're a fan of the Clone Wars and you know all that, the canon and everything,
Dude,
then apparently every episode has a big thing for you. Like he meets Bo-Katan. Like
I need to rewatch the Clone Wars. I started to.
I don't know shit about the Clone Wars.
Oh my god, it's
After you watch the
But she takes her
Mandalorian-
helmet off, and he's like, "You're not a real Mandalorian." She's like, "Actually, motherfucker, you're not a real Mandalorian." He's like, "Damn, bitch!" And she's like, "Go see my friend the Jedi." And he's like, "What up? Look at all the eggs this baby eats."
From my understanding, the Mandalorian is great However, to appreciate it even more, we all need to go watch the Clone Wars animated series and the Rebels.
Yeah, I haven't seen the Rebels. But
I feel like I don't need to see it now though, because Spencer just gave that.
Well, the thing is,
no, you have to.
They're
see
revealing
the Clone
all
Wars.
these things that if you've seen those, you get really excited about. So
Yeah.
apparently, if you don't know that stuff, you're kind of selling yourself. But also, I don't know any of it. And I'm still just like, wee.
My brother has told me many a times, he's like, the first 2 seasons are He was like, but season 3 or 4, the Clone Wars
It
just
kicks
like
off so hard.
It finds its foothold hard and just takes off, and it's the best show after
All the
that.
people that I read about, like I watch a lot of, every time I see an episode, I watch a bunch of videos about it because a lot of really smart people break the episode down, and there's all these Easter eggs that I don't catch.
Yeah.
Like there was an owl on a branch in the recent episode, which is supposed to be some Jedi that got turned into a bird from the Clone Wars, and it's real quick, and I never would have caught it. So you got to kind of look for that. But I know a lot of people were worried that they weren't going to do justice to the Ahsoka Tano character.
Oh, Rosario Dawson, everyone like
They did well.
She's phenomenal.
She kicks ass.
She's like
She
think
looks
she's
cool
most
and she
everybody's
kicks a
favorite
lot of
character.
ass.
She kicks ass, and just even if you watch the first season, the first couple episodes of the first season of the Clone Wars, she's amazing. I don't know how you don't love her.
Also, they bring Darth Maul back in the Clone Wars and Rebels TV shows, and it's my favorite villain.
Dude, Darth Maul is legitimately like, okay, he's my favorite character. It's like him and then Ahsoka Tano. They're like kind of tied for first, but Darth Maul is like,
He's the
bro,
best bad guy.
They dive into the whole his whole planet and his whole existence and his whole like his whole species. It's
We need
so
to watch the
good.
Clone Wars. I'm getting before this season goes.
Because
too
you
much
meet
further.
Ventress,
We
and
have a new
Ventress is
show
a
to
bad
watch.
bitch.
I see.
She's a bad bitch. You have to watch it, dude.
Well, it's very exciting.
We
and
just
if you're-
haven't had time because I've been learning video games.
Yeah.
That is also important. That is important.
It is
too.
important. Yeah.
She likes shooters, and I was like, oh,
I'm just not good at them.
I mean, listen, there's a learning curve, especially if you've never done it before.
My
But
favorite's still the original Halo, Blood Gulch,
yeah.
sniper rifles, unlimited grenades.
I never really
Game
played
over.
Halo. I played Halo, I think, one time in my life.
Dude, we used to do it. This is before streaming. Like we would gather everybody in the living room and do it. It was insanity.
Yeah.
And when everybody's on sniper rifles, nobody moves. You just snipe out.
Yeah.
And you're looking.
Oh,
at your,
see, that sounds so fun to me.
And then when somebody gets bored, somebody always gets bored. Usually Randy would get bored and just go. He would
just
get in a
run.
Jeep and just go right across the front. Everybody's trying to get him. He doesn't give a fuck. Incredible.
I was rewatching some of the clips that I took, and one of them is from when you and I did 1v1 snipers, and we literally sniped each other at the same time. It was hilarious.
Oh, did we?
Yeah. Yeah. I need to start posting those clips, dude. funny.
Where do you have those at?
I have them on my PlayStation. I just took clips of our, I just need to start posting them. I hear if you start posting them to TikTok is when you get,
Oh, yeah.
views and shit. Listen, I do stream occasionally. You can find me on Twitch at Midnight Sparkles.
Shameless plug.
Sparkles without the A. But yeah, I'm there.
Sparkles.
I don't always.
Sparkles.
Midnight Sparkles.
I get sprinkles a lot.
Sprinkles. There's no N.
There's no N. It's just, there is an N in midnight. But it's midnight.
Why is it Midnight Sparkles? Is there any significance to that?
Yeah,
Goth?
actually, that was going to be my stripper
How did
name.
I know? There's a story.
That was going to be my stripper name.
Did you actually contemplate being a stripper for a minute?
I mean, everybody does.
What?
Do
I
they?
don't.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to pay the bills somehow.
Sex sells.
You listen. Now, would I ever at this point in my life? No, probably not. But that.
But no, I mean, everybody goes, hey, if you had your street that you grew up on as a kid and the last thing you ate and your pets, like where it crapped last,
Barnhill Kale.
you get your stripper name or whatever. Like, but did you actually contemplate being a stripper? Were you actually
Yes,
like, I'm
everybody
gonna go
contemplates.
audition?
Okay, I can say this for the majority of women. Most people consider, and at this point in life, you consider getting an OnlyFans. The only problem is, who's going to find you, right? You're
At
worried
least
about
for a hot
who's-
second.
Yes,
You're like,
We did.
I'm
you
making
think
money.
you think about it because you're like, damn, I got these bills to pay, right?
Damn, I got these bills.
Right.
What was going to
But
be?
I also got these boobs. So
I also got these boobs.
and
to-
they will pay the bills.
and they will
Right.
pay.
right.
So you think about it.
You do think about. So what was your stripper? In fact, we're all going to answer this. I'm looking at you, Casey. What was your stripper song going to be?
My stripper song. Oh,
Song?
geez.
You don't
I
get to
didn't
pick one.
think
You
that
get to
far.
pick one.
I didn't think that
The
far.
one that when the bills are late. and you're like running late, and you got to get in there, and you're not even sure.
Wait, is
you're
it stripper song or stripper name?
Stripper
No,
song.
stripper song.
The song that's going
We should do name,
the
too,
song
though.
you're going to dance the hardest to. That's going to kill when you're not even sure if your makeup looks good, and you've got that boot with the weird heel, and you've got the odds are stacked against you. The bills are late. You got one of those pink things hanging on your door from the electric company, and you've got to go in tonight. And
I love these scenarios that you come up with.
I'm such a nerd.
It's like you've already planned this out. You're
And
like,
you've
I've
gotta
been
go
wanting to
in,
ask this for years.
You have got to go in and kill ass, or you're not going to get to pay your bills. You're not going to get into grad
So we're
school.
back to packing meat now.
Packing meat. You've got to make all the men in the club pack the meat.
Listen,
What is the song you pick?
The politicians are lined up. What are
I
you doing?
always want to say pour some sugar on me, okay? But I feel like that's an overplayed. So like I would want
Not
something
like that,
that's
but
like
Nonsense.
Don't be basic. Don't be a basic
That's what I'm
stripper.
saying.
No
That's
way.
what I'm saying.
It's
I
off the
want
greatest
something
album of
that's
all
like-
time. It's off the greatest album of all time, Hysteria, and it is actually the number one stripper song of all time.
Yeah.
Is Pour Some Sugar on Me. But
Yeah,
let's
that
start.
and I feel like cherry pie is too.
Cherry Pie is terrible.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of the song Cherry
No,
Pie?
I'm not.
It sucks. Sorry if you like Cherry Pie, but listen, if you like Cherry
Try
Pie,
apple pie though.
Here's my key lime pie.
if you like the song Cherry Pie,
Key lime.
Lime pie.
do yourself a favor and go listen to
Wait a
all
minute,
the
what's
good Warrant
everybody's
songs like
favorite-
Uncle Tom's Cabin
What's
that
everybody's
are amazing.
favorite Thanksgiving pie?
What?
Real quick, total.
Pecan.
Damn, I had we get a free pie. Our company sends out free pies to it for every single family in our company.
We're gonna
And
we're gonna
and
come
get-
back to this.
and I
We're
get
gonna
pecan
circle back
pie.
to food.
Sorry,
We're gonna
but
circle
yes.
back to food.
I don't know. You have to skip me because I've never actually thought about my stripper song.
Just pick something.
I don't know.
What was the last song you were like, woo, you dance around
I
to?
can't dance.
I can't
so
either.
I don't dance.
But you dance when you're alone. We all do. We all get like, woo, yeah, there's a song I like on the radio.
Oh, what's the one?
My cats have seen me do some of the worst dance moves.
I don't know. If
Your
it's
cat's
something-
seen you do the helicopter.
It's not like a.
I hope not. Maybe.
I don't know if it's a sexy song, but "Beggin'"
Okay, that's
by
gonna be the next-
Madcon.
Okay.
I think that's a good
Okay.
song.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Savannah,
that
what's your stripper song? Not just a song but like you got to go kill or the bills are going to be late. What song? What song becomes you get
You gotta go
unhinged?
kill. Or you're...
What song destroys your inhibitions? It could be some hardcore rap. I mean, hey, whatever you needed to get the job done.
I don't know. Casey, you go.
Nope.
No, why?
Your turn.
You're gonna have to clip so much of this out. 'cause
Casey,
I
what's your
don't
stripper
even know.
song? I feel like you're Run the Jewels. I feel like you're going to be a Run the Jewels.
Incorrect.
Oh wait, what's your stripper song?
Let's Go, Trick Daddy, featuring Big D, Twista, and Little John.
Damn.
So wait a minute. We got to get a base banana stripper costume.
That's also just the base banana costume.
Happy birthday,
Yeah.
Savannah.
Thanks. It's everything I ever wanted.
Also, fuck you for thinking that you could plan this without even once asking me about it.
I mean, you wanted my help with other things. Why can't I help with this thing?
I think
Because I don't need help in that department.
I was like, you need help. I'm just, trying to provide a little.
Funny.
I think mine would be 99 Problems, the Jay-Z version. Because it's got that gigantic, whatever Rick Rubin did.
Oh, you know what? Actually,
Either that or Ghetto Superstar. Ghetto Superstar might be my stripper song. No, it might be the Wyclef Jean Staying Alive with the Fugees. No, fuck, I don't know. You know what? Now, you never picked one. You pick one now.
No, I said
Oh.
"Beggin'" by Madcon.
But if Pour Some
But-
Sugar on Me happened to come on, you'd probably be like, woo, I'm trashy.
Well, I'd be one of those
I-
woo girls.
I
I'd become a woo girl.
You put a
for
cowboy
minute.
hat on?
Woo!
I need to change mine.
You put a silver cowboy. Would you wear Dallas Cowboys cheerleader outfit?
It would be like a red sparkly cowgirl or cowgirl hat,
Yeah.
right? And then it has like tassels.
There's a
coming
David
off
Lee
the end.
Roth video where literally a whole segment of the video is just him dancing around with the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. He's also in a cheerleader outfit, like a male cheerleader outfit.
I need to change my stripper song.
What is it?
I need to change it to The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald by Gordon Lightfoot.
Yeah, Muskrat Love by Crystal Gale. That'd be, yeah. Gonna make my brown eyes blue. That'd be,
Oh,
You know what?
or something from the 20s, like some big band. Hey, you gotta get this tie off. Hey, who wants to see these suspenders go to the ground?
I shave my pubes today. Pubes today. Pubes today. I shaved
Send
them all
help.
off and I'm in the
SOS,
toilet
send
now.
help.
All those pubes are in the toilet now.
Send help. If you can hear this, please.
All right, guys. So that's it. We're going to continue this in another episode. So real quick, thanks for joining us today, and we will be back. Please come back and join us for part 2 of the Beacon House pre-Christmas.
Wait, we're doing our first 2-parter?
We're going to get a twofer.
We're doing our first 2-parter.
2 for 1?
2 for 1 deal? A BOGO?
A BOGO.
We're doing BOGOs?
You guys
Oh
are
my
getting a
God,
BOGO.
it's BOGO.
Oh my God,
If we can do mimosa BOGOs, mimosa BOGOs.
Mimosa BOGO.
Mimosa BOGOs, brunch, bitch, BOGO,
I
baby.
love French bitches!
Oh my.